For the discussions this week, we have two discussions. The first one is about learning approaches, and it's about considering the similarities and differences among pedagogies. And one of the things you want to do in order to participate in the discussion is review the digital job aids that you guys created in the wikis. And so you can do that by going to course wikis and clicking on the innovative pedagogy digital job aid. So for your initial message, what you want to do is take a look at those pedagogies and share your understanding of the differences among those pedagogies. For the responses, you want to compare and contrast what you said with the similarities and differences that your classmates found and see how accurate is their description of those similarities and differences. One thing you want to remember is that you want to make sure you cite your sources as you're describing the similarities and differences you found. And when you're replying to somebody, especially if you thought that their discussion is not necessarily compatible with the readings, you want to point out, okay, according to this author, the definition of this pedagogy is this, and so you're saying it's that, so whatever. So you want to make sure that you cite your sources to support your claims at all times. Now, this is for the required messages. If you post additional messages because you are engaged in the discussion, you don't have to keep on citing sources every time. You just need to cite the sources for your required messages. The additional messages can be more spontaneous, probably more based on your opinion or experiences. I just want you to get used to using the readings to examine what we're doing and to support our design decisions, our recommendations based on best practices that are discussed there, and also all the learning materials, not just the readings. Important thing is this is the use of in-text citations, but it doesn't necessarily represent direct quotes. You can paraphrase from what you remember from the author. As long as your paraphrasing is correct, you're going to be fine. For the part 2, you have two options for the initial message. The first one is about sharing your experience as a student or instructor with any of those particular pedagogies. The second one has to do with a case that was assigned, and it's a case about implementing one of those innovative pedagogies. And so for your initial message, you want to make sure you cite your sources when you either describe which pedagogy you are referring to, and even if it's your experience, well, is your experience compatible with the authors when they said these are the barriers or these are the benefits, etc. If you're talking about the case, obviously you want to cite literature related to the particular pedagogy that you want to recommend for the Maya Thomas case. For your responses, you choose one of those initial messages for a classmate. It could be in either topic, but you just need to post to one. And also make sure that you cite your sources when you are discussing what your classmates say. This is, again, it doesn't need to be direct quotes, but it's important that we discuss what we see in the learning materials. We really flesh the ideas out. We really go in depth into the materials, because those materials are what will support our design decisions as we go along the process. Once again, no need to cite sources in every other message you post, only on the minimum required ones. For the deadlines, your initial message in each of those forums is due by Wednesday, March the 18th. Your responses are due by Sunday, March the 22nd. All responses due by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.